Yeah, pretty much. Just for Cavan here, he hasn't done that sort of thing yet.
Okay.
Just so he knows the basics and everything.
Yeah. Sounds good. Okay.
Cavan, can you fix me, please?
Okay. Wait on. Oh boy, what did you do?
I got run over.
Jesus. Oh boy.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, you should be okay now. Yeah.
I'm still in pain. Can I have some morphine, please?
Nope.
It's flashing around my eyes, and it's really irritating.
Just wait
Dose
a
me
minute.
up, go on, dose me up, go on. You know you want to.
Okay, now.
Well,
Run up to the
ask Howard
helicopter
about
back.
Jax. I'm still a trainee.
Howard, can I have some morphine?
Besides, you deserve it after getting run over.
He ran into the back. There's a difference.
No, you ran me over,
that
Black.
sounds like you-
He's a junkie, don't give them anything.
I'm a junkie, I promise.
Aye. Just deal with the fashion. You'll be good, man. The fashion will stop soon.
Come on.
We don't hand these out
Look how
willy-nilly.
much blood I left on the floor, look.
Yeah, fuck's sake.
Just a flesh wound.
And an open cut on my arm.
I hit you at less than 30 miles an hour.
I needed a Hello Kitty band-aid for that. That's serious, Alfred. Oh, someone just ended.
Oh.
Or we're just ending twice.
Someone ended a smoke grenade as well at one point.
Well, that blue one.
Yeah, blue one.
Right.
One of
okay.
you, was it?
It's close enough to past. Let's get going on the training.
Right, AAC guys, away you go.
I found it's going to be joining us.
User joined your channel. User left your channel.
Oh, no, Alexander's disconnected.
Great.
I'll be
wait,
back
no,
in a minute.
Left your channel.
I need to go.
It's what?
Just need to check something quick. I need to get some free.
Right, come on, I'll drop you
Okay.
up there and leave this
Okay.
back.
280 and 80, yeah?
Yes, what channels are we using tonight, Alfred?
The airwing net is 280. That's with the rest of 6523. We're using 280.1.
Perfect.
And you should be, if you have or going to have access to a long-range radio, more likely will be the Bird
I'm back.
B80.2.
Yeah. Additional,
User
I'll
disconnected
set
from your channel.
as
But we shouldn't really be using. You guys probably won't be using long range.
I just set
Macbacus
this.
and I probably would be. All right, so you guys pretty much need to go across the drills of loading and all that shit, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was mainly for Cavan. I've done this before, but I don't mind a bit of a refresher.
Okie dog, we can do this.
Fuck me. Sorry.
No problem.
Sprinting around the corner.
Get down, vehicle coming.
Okay, Cavan, have you gone through a loading of a CH-47 before? Have you, as another part of infantry at all?
Well, I knew it from my previous unit, how to load things into vehicles and so on.
So not with fourth. In that case, what we're going to do is we'll just basically simulate the whole loading procedure first off, just to get that underway and clear. So essentially, what you gentlemen need to do here over on this training map, we have a waiting area just over there, and point over towards the west.
Get seen.
What we'll do is we'll, when you're coming up to load on with us, that's where we want you to be waiting for us, essentially. We do not like infantry coming onto the apron. You're standing on the apron, by the way, at the moment. Anything that looks like a taxiway hard concrete to do with actually, and you got these edge lights and so on and so forth. We don't want infantry coming onto this area for their own safety and for safety of the airframe. So generally we like to get people to wait over in the lovely queue designed by G3 over there. And what will happen is... and JMO. JMO.
No, and.
Oh, sorry.
GMO.
Hey?
Just GMO.
Was it JMO?
I've done that, yes.
You did
We
that.
have nothing to do with that.
Demo, it looks fantastic. You've done a
It's
brilliant
beautiful, man.
job.
Did you even see the other side of it where it says 1 and 2 platoon on it? No? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Should we go and have a look at it then?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, JMO, it looks fantastic. Looking up a lot.
There'll be a standard 1 and 2 platoon on it? No? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Should we go and have a look at it then?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, JMO, it looks fantastic. Looking up a lot.
We're over by the southwest one.
Oh, boy.
Alrighty.
Worst enemy to the infantry.
So, if you're assigned to a platoon, obviously you'll be standing in the correct queue. You're queuing up, you're going to be coming through the queue line. This is pretty much trying to teach you how to suck it here, but it's just making a procedure.
Just had to be different, didn't you, JMO?
Yes.
You gone?
Not above.
Yeah, pretty much this is the point where you want to be waiting, right? So we're only going through this as an infantry perspective. We're not going to go through this just yet. We're going to go through it again as a medical sort of perspective. Sorry. Either way, if you're infantry, this is the way you're going to be waiting. 3 med, you guys are going to be assigned. If you're assigned to a platoon, stick with the platoon line. If you're not and you're just assigned to the bird, either line will do. You'll be received by a loadmaster or another member of number 18 crew, or if you're assigned with 652, then it'll be one of their guys, who will generally come over from the bird and greet you, find out who you're with, what platoon you're attached to in that circumstance, and he'll be looking for numbers as well. That sort of information is relayed to the co-pilot. Quite important information so that we can relay that to ground assets on the HLS that we're bringing in. Blackbeard, you've been trained in this, so Blackbeard, can you run through the whole process? We're going to do this over 280.1, so you guys can listen in on that one. You can see the protocol. And McNabb, if you go stand by or sit in the co-pilot position for us and do the comms. Beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't had much practice in this, so this is good for me too.
Essentially what we're trying to do here is control any movement coming on and off the apron, just to keep things nice and safe. Tricky 1, it's Halford, Roger, out. Okay, so essentially when you're going to be embarking, you're going to follow the loadmaster and just listen to the instructions. They will tell you whether to follow them or whether you're set to load up. So there will be some communication between the loadmaster and the co-pilot, and he will confirm with the co-pilot if it's cleared to load up. That is not your go to load up. He will give you a separate go to load in. We pretty much follow in file formation, and as we're approaching the back of the airframe, probably within about 15 to 20 meters away from it, we like to go in crouch position, especially when the rotors are spooled up, just for a bit of safety. With the CH-47, we approach from the rear. So, as you see, the rotor is a little bit higher than the single rotor airframe. So, we're going to still crouch to keep it safe. If you're approaching a Hellcat or a Wildcat, you can be approaching from the sides. Therefore, we're going to be making sure people are definitely crouched anywhere near that thing. You approach from sides only. Yeah, again, it'll be more in a direct. So I'm just listening to tower comms here. And generally follow an L-shaped pattern going from the staging here around to the back. So go for it, Blackbeard.
Yep. Now, I come forward a bit more, Howard.
Yep.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm new to this too. Hey, Howard. Platoon and how many people you got?
2 platoon, 2 medics.
Platoon, 2 medics. Okay, one sec. Hey, tricky one. This is your loadmaster. I have 2 platoon, 2 medics. Are we okay to load up? Over.
Jo, čo naši? Ale dá se to, co u tebe.
280.1.
Yep.
No, he's not awake. It's like a simulator.
Thank you,
He's
Howard.
not awake. He's gone to sleep. He's having a cup of tea. So he's not obviously responding. So you give him a couple of minutes, then you respond again. You try again. Try again.
Tricky one. This is your loadmaster. I have 2 platoon, 2 medics. Are we okay to load? Over.
Ten and 1. This is tricky one. Over.
Alright, Howard, while we're waiting for a radio back, do you want to make sure you guys are ready?
Yep.
You got one.
Ready, command?
Yep.
JMO is on the ground
We're ready
with
to go
number
when you are.
18 training.
Alright, yeah, what
No
we'll do
tower.
is,
We are grounded at the moment. Over.
when we clear the load, we'll run over to the back, we'll crouch. Okay, we are clear to
Roger,
load, right?
Out.
Perfect. Thank you, Tricky One. We're come up now. Over. Right. Sorry, wrong. Out. Damn it, I still gotta get that right. Right, okay, Howard, if you guys follow me.
Yep, ready to go, command?
Yep.
Should go in the crouch position. That's good.
Ready?
Yep, ready?
So when you're approaching the airframe, you try and shuffle up as much as you can. Loadmaster will stand in your way.
Good load.
And he said you're clear to load, so he's going to stand aside and then you're clear to load in one at a time. So you shuffle up. Just get in the back here. To try and make things as quick as possible, we try and get out here as quick as possible and get you on. And essentially just shuffle up as best you can with the person in front of you. Or get closer to the ramp as you can.
Jo, to je výcvik.
Beautiful.
Last man in. Ramps level. Rear's clear.
So he's called out to the pilot that the ramp is clear of obstructing the airframe. If the ramp is down and the pilot wishes to take off, sometimes directly, or he wants to do a reverse takeoff, the ramp may dig in and causes a bit of trouble. So essentially, we're not going to take off until the ramp's level. So the loadmaster is pretty much the last say in terms of boarding. Next up, we need to go onto the intercom channel. So usually what we like to do is pre-flight, and when we're coming into an HLS, we like to limit talking best we can. However, the pilot will usually allow for cargo troopers to talk amongst themselves on the intercom, on the cargo intercom, while in flight. Usually it'll call out 30 seconds and coming up to an HLS. If that's the case, we need everybody to be silent in the in cargo position, just so that the crew can communicate with each other. So just go through quickly how we get onto the intercom. You interact with the bird, so that's not self-interaction. You interact with the bird using your, generally your left Windows key, highlight intercom channel, and then what we're going to do is just select the disabled one. and then do it again. Intercom channel, select cargo.
Do that for me and start talking on cargo. And just give us a little check.
Yeah, so we got that.
Excellent. So, yeah, I can hear you on cargo. That's nice. Generally, what happened is either the crew chief or the loadmaster will be with you guys on the cargo and be switching backwards and forwards between crew and cargo. At no times do we want you coming onto the crew channel unless of a emergency situation. Okay. That is good. That's pretty much that sort of situation. We will go through it. So, like we said earlier on, when we're approaching an HLS, we will call 30 seconds. So you get 30 seconds said over the intercom probably about once or maybe 3 times depending on the pilot. So 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Cargo intercom should, and everybody else in the back should fall silent. And then crew will start their initial for landing at the HLS. Don't worry, we're just going to do a quick talk through this and then we're going to actually do it. Lovely, so that is pretty much the loading part of things finalised for just standard infantry loading. What we're going to do now is we are going to reorganise the bird for a Merc call, and we're just going to talk over another couple of bits and pieces what we do before we take off. So if you like to get out, essentially in get out procedure, so there is a procedure for this. Generally what will happen is that the ramp or the loadmaster will call ramp clear to the pilot and we'll set the ramp in the position for unloading. The pilot will relay to the loadmaster debus, 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 or deboard, 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 something of the fact of the matter, and it is only when the loadmaster or the crew chief announces on on the cargo intercom debus, debus, or deboard, that cargo is clear to deboard. Usually the loadmaster will have deboarded ahead of this, just to make sure that the area behind the aircraft is safe. Okay, so the procedure is that loadmaster, if you'd like to do that process, nobody get out just yet. Wait till I tell you to get out. So loadmaster, go ahead and do the debus.
Do you want the ramp? Sorry, are we back at the camp or?
So we're back at camp now. But you can, yeah, you can lower the ramp.
Wrong frequency.
So debus has already been called to loadmaster. Loadmaster, come back on. So our Blackbeard is just learning this as well.
Yeah.
Come back on. Just make sure you get onto the onto cargo again, please, mate.
Get in 2 different vehicles, or do you want to drive together?
That's it. Okay, so what you want to do is just before you hop off, I need you to announce debus, debus, debus on the cargo side of things. Get off and then just stand to one side of the ramp and just maintain the 6 o'clock security position. So just off to the left. Okay, roger that. So what I would do normally is then hop off, make sure it's clear first, jump back on, tell them debus, and then hop off again. No, you can make sure it's clear. Just have a look left, right. Make sure it's clear. Hop off yourself. But just before you hop off, just announce debus, then hop off. Gotcha. So what we're going to go through this process. So you hop off. Yeah. And then the next person that's closest to you will be. Everybody will be looking left. And it'll run down through the line. Essentially, we run down through the line pretty much. So essentially, the infantry will be looking to the left, and we load deboard from the rear of the airframe to the front of the airframe. So you basically watch until the next person's got out, and then you're clear. The next person is clear to deboard. All right. Okay. Yeah. Roger that. Okay. Go ahead and do it. All right. Debus. 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 At this point, I'm going to get out because I've been cleared now, and next up is Kavan.
Beautiful. Simple as that. There are security, general security, or LZ, HLS security formations that we're not going to teach today because that comes in infantry training. You will probably receive this in infantry training, or you'll be told where to go. Not sure if you guys already covered that.
Yeah, we should know it.
Perfect. Pretty much from that point, you just want to clear the back of the ramp, so you want to just get out of the way so other people can debus.
Roger that.
So yeah, one at a time loading up, one at a time loading off. Lovely.
Essentially,
Right.
First in, last out.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Carbon,
I'd like
Thomas.
you to reconfigure the bird for
St.
a Merc,
Thomas.
please. Do you know how to do that?
Stay in the Vic for now. The infantry are going to get resupplied with AT weapons.
And we'll run through this with these guys as well, so you know how to do it. And come up nice and close to the back of the ramp now.
Roger.
Just so you can see in the back there. So the crew chief has the authority to be able to reconfigure the cargo loading for the airframe. At that position, they can stow the seats and deploy stretchers. I believe in stretchers we can have up to 4 personnel on stretchers, and we can probably cram another 1 or 2, so 2 persons in the crew chief position. Alright. There should be enough location for crew, for a medic, and for usually we'll put it in this if we're taking T2s on, we'll put it into this configuration if we've got less than 4, or specifically if we know we've got T1s coming on, we'll have it in this configuration. If we're looking at a situation where there's mass casualties / wounded, then we'll just have to fly with the standard seating configuration.
Understood.
All right. So, if you've been flying with us for a while, and it depends on the flight, you need to ask permission first of the crew chief or the co-pilot pilot. They may allow you to configure the bird. We'll just run through that quickly so you know how to do it.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So, what we'll do is
I'll reset it a second for you.
I'd like to reset it. Essentially, what you do is you get into close to the ramp, and technically you can get on board. If you come on board with us, you come to about this position, you can get to the crew chief position. In that position, you've got some options to stow or deploy the chairs, and the same with the stretchers. What we don't want you doing is opening the crew door or the hatch. All right, I'll let you guys have a go with that quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it fucking is. Girl. It's an old cottage. There's no insulation. It's literally plaster on the outside.
User joined your channel.
Cold shit. Yeah. I've got an open log fire in front of me where I'm 2. I've got a log burner in the other lounge. There's central heating, but I'm a tight ass. You don't want to put it on. What's it cost? It costs too much. It's like 400 quid or something up there. Oh, you got an oil burner?
I'll see that go. Come on, hop off.
Yeah. It's like heating oil.
Oh fuck.
We got the wrong door, sorry.
No, you're right. You're fine.
Pretty much depends. I put it on time, so in the morning, in the evening, like in the afternoon. And yeah, it does alright. You just have to take the cold out of the air, really, because we usually light the fire. It's more homely. It's a lot nicer. Seeing Christmas, like to have that and no lights on. I can imagine. Brewing in the background. All we need is bread, like bacon. Yeah, sure, rug. Have sex with them and it'll be good.
Wonderful. Okay. Right. So that's very good. We've done that procedure. So anybody know what the pronoun is to get an aircrew, that's including pilots, to act quickly in emergency situation, as in they've got to be dispatched for a MERC call?
Has it got something to do with eggs?
Eggs? Maybe. Anybody?
Probably. I don't know.
Thomas, this is Arma, message over. Send out.
Alright, so it's said 3 times.
Packs.
Yeah, and we get it through the long range net. You'll be able to hear it off the airframe's speakers if they're doing it. We get that from Pegasus or from a upper high command. So it's scramble 3 times, and then we'll be put on standby to receive a like a 3-liner or something like that.
Any casualty intent is primarily up to the platoon sergeant's intent.
They run it. And we'll get the information relayed down to the co-pilot, who will then do the best to relay the information to you guys. So you know what to expect when we get into the HLS. How many packs we're going to be treating, what the situation's like, whether it's going to be a cold LZ or a hot LZ. Cold being relatively safe, hot being obviously in contact. We generally don't like going anywhere that's too hot for safety reasons for the airframe and people on it. That's the communications side of it. What we'll do is, in a little bit, we'll run through the actual practical side of it, and we'll just do some examples. Okay, so if you're stationed with us on a MERC bird, you'll probably be wanting to just hang around with the aircrew and the pilots during deployment. So in terms of MST, we're either going to be in this hangar. This is number 18 hangar just behind you, or you can hang around with us. We're our quarters just up at the building, the other side of that hangar, just down there.
Roger, thing.
There is obviously you know what that is. It's a tent for doing medical stuffs in. When we're bringing the bird in, we will make best to get to the MERC pad, the helipad, which is just there. Try and get you in quick as possible. We're going to be flying in quick as possible, so the airframe is going to be moving and it's going to be manoeuvring quite rapidly. So keep all appendages inside the airframe at all times.
Roger that.
Alright, okay, just take a quick pause now for any questions.
Do you normally allow the medic, if they're going to be flying with you for the whole night, to join your short range? Or would you rather keep them off? Okay.
Yeah, we prefer having the medic on short comms with us. So because there's a differentiation between crew and it's not so easy to switch on the intercom, a lot of the comms will be passed on our short range. That's including the relay for the MERC call.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, by all means, be on the short range with us. I'll just reiterate, our short range for this one, if you haven't configured it already, is 280.1. That's the one we're using today. Lovely. Cool. Right, let's do a bit of practical then. So, before we start practical, what I'm going to do is just a little drill where what we're going to do is we're going to receive an imaginary MERC call. One of you medics is going to volunteer to be the wounded person. And we'll do a quick... We'll do it quite local if we can. Let's have a look. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll all fly out to an HLS together. We'll land at the HLS, do all the appropriate procedures. We'll have the one who's playing the wounded person get out and just move about 20-30 metres to the back of the aircraft and lay down, allow the medic to go out and pick them up and bring them back again. Obviously, we're not wounded or anything like that, so we just practice that bit out at an HLS.
Sounds good. Yeah.
User joined your channel.
Cool. Alrighty then. So it looks like one platoon is currently down near Solnichi. As far as I'm aware, there's nobody based at the Estonian Air Force Base, so what we'd do is we'd do the Merc call out there, just at a relatively easy HLS, and then we'll go to a more tricky one. Cool.
Sounds good.
So we will do a demonstration of the comms procedure. If you listen in on 280.1, and for the purposes of this one, you're clear to have a listen in on the crew channel just to see what we're talking about and get used to what we say. I'm not entirely sure if we're supposed to be learning about doing medical stuff, the pilots, today. I don't think that's going to be the case. So we won't necessarily go over any of that, but we're just we'll fly out there, we'll get out, and then we'll set up the HLS on the ground, run through it just on the ground quickly out there, and then we'll just practice it live. So we'll find another HLS and go out and do it pretty much.
Yeah, sounds good.
So let's run through the procedure again. If you like to go back over there, I'm going to hop in the pilot position. We're going to run through the full procedure out to the HLS.
Roger that.
Well, can I sign up to do my Vietnam joking? Well, I didn't score high enough to score for my request my Vietnam.
I got through it last time.
Oh boy.
This is Tricky 1, pilot. We're going to be carrying out a...
Hey, it says I've got 2 LA5, 2 pistols. Sorry, 2 L22.
In fact, we'll jump over into 2%.
Stand by.
I completely jumped over.
You did it!
Hey.
Okay, I will let you go first.
Oh, sorry, man.
Never mind.
Scramble, scramble, scramble. Tricky 1. Over. Tricky 1. This is Pegasus. Stand by to receive Merc call. Pegasus, this is Tricky 1. Standing by. Over.
Tom 1, kill land from 829. Or
Tricky 1, this is Pegasus. Merc call as follows. Line 1016-057. Line 2, 10 Sierra, FluidNet 41.1. Line 3, 2 times Alpha, 3 times POW. Over. Pegasus, this is Tricky 1. Line 1016-057. Line 2, 10 Sierra 41.1. Line 3, 2 times Alpha, 3 times POW. Read back complete. Over. Tricky 1, this is Pegasus. Read back correct. Out. Loadmaster, prep to embark medics.
Period plugs in, mate.
Howard?
Hey, man.
How many medics?
2 medics, mate.
Okay, we have a purple, so let me just double check, make sure we're all load up.
Is that?
Alfred, this is your loadmaster. Are we clear to load the medics in for the Merc call? Over.
Loadmaster, this is pilot. Clear to bring them to the back of the ramp. Do not load. Over.
Roger that, out.
Crew Chief, prep for Merkel. So gentlemen, this bird has about 2 minutes spool up time, which generally means that our response time is generally about 4 minutes. Master Pilot.
This is your load master. Send message, over.
Clear the load.
Pilot, this is load master. Last man in. Ramps level. Rear is clear. Out.
All con clear to transition to crew channel. We're going to be doing the departure now.
Come to bearing 246, 3 clicks.
246, 3 clicks, roger. As there's nobody on the ground to currently call down to, generally what happens, the co-pilot tries to establish connection with the signaller on the ground over the fluid net, which was 41.1. We're not going to demonstrate that, obviously, because we haven't got anybody down there.
2 clicks out.
2 clicks, Rog.
.5, you should see the airfield proceed on, I think it's runway 59.
59, Rog. This is an untowered airfield, so we're going to be coming in on a parallel, so I'm going to be approaching from the north. And then we've got communication from 41. They're saying they have 1 PAX currently on T2 for pickup pretty much. Given us an HLS already, HS is clear. All the spiel's going on, so we've established that. Pilot's going to be now calling out 30 seconds. They're on final with the Estonian airbase. A bit longer than 30 seconds, obviously. We're nearly on the ground now.
Hey, rear is clear.
Rear clear, Rog. Slowing.
Yeah, right is good. Left is clear.
Rear is still clear.
Just about touchdown now.
Wheels are down.
Wheels down, slowing.
Okay, debus, debus, debus.
Both fast, it's clear to debus.
Last man out.
Ow, broke my leg. Ow, it hurts.
Oh boy. Well, I'm guessing I'm picking you up because I can't.
Actually, no, you can't unless I'm into it, but I'll pretend to pick me up.
Okay,
yeah, he's got his casualty over his shoulder.
yeah. Okay, he's on my shoulder. Okay,
I'll run directly going away. Understood.
Just to presume unable to carry, so we'll just simulate that for now.
Okay, let's go back to the helicopter.
Right, tricky one. This is your loadmaster. We are on our way back with the T2. Out.
Roger. Clear the board.
Crouching. Okay, I drop. got you at this point, and I will you. Okay, the injured patient is on the boat.
Perfect.
Excellent. Good.
Man in. Rear clear.
Ramp level?
Ramp level, yeah. Ramps, oh yeah guys, by the way, the ramp will, other than back at the camp, will always stay level just for the medics just for them.
So just before we take off, for the aircrew purposes, so during the flight, if the patient needs to maintain or be maintained in a stable condition, the medics will be doing that. They may at some point ask you to assist with that. You do that through the interaction menu of the airframe.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're just going to practice that quickly again. So we're going to go around and let the medics swap over.
Understood. So carry on like we just landed again?
Yeah, Roger, I'm lifting and I'm going to go around and come back in again.
Perfect. Oh, the missus is cooking something and it smells really good. Chips? No, not chips. I don't know. It smells meaty. You know, and I tell you what, she is the best. She's a vegetarian and she'll cook me some of the best meat dishes you've ever known.
Fucking hell, golden.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you know. I know on our first date, I had her gutting a pheasant. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. She did a better job than me.
Alright, we're just getting to altitude and speed now. We're going to be coming back round at once again. So on the initial drop, I announced 30 seconds a bit too early, so usually we try and do that when we're less than a clicker out from the HLS. Usually between sort of 500 and 800 metres from the landing zone, we'll probably call the 30 seconds.
Oh my
30
God.
seconds, 30 seconds.
Okay, rear is clear.
Very clear, Roger. 40 metres, slowing.
Rear still clear.
20. 15. 3, 2, 1. D-bus, D-bus, D-bus.
Okay, command, you're running.
I'm getting out.
Loadmaster, so I need you to call D-bus, yeah? I know it was called over for the crew, but just need to make sure you call it.
Roger that.
Alright, that's good.
Hey, when you're injured.
Yeah. Ah! Fuck's sake. Wait a minute.
Oh, you're definitely safe soon. Actually, we have to cover this with something, mate. I'll just pick him up and I'll be ready to lift.
Okay.
Right, this is Loadmaster. We have tier 2. Heading back now. Out.
Roger, 2 times T2. What section of it?
We have a tier 2 medic. Over.
3 men, Rog.
Let's not move casualty down.
Clear line.
Right, casualties on board.
Okay, last man in. Rear is
Last
clear.
man, rear clear, Rog, lifting. We're going to return now to Dragon Air Base. We'll, for the last bit of training, see if we can find out a bit of a trickier HLS. Okay, so the next part of it, what we'll do is, Pilot's going to radio in on his initial approach to the airbase, but they're coming in on a Merc call, and they're going to form the tower. They're going to need authorization to land at the Merc pad. So we're going to do that bit. So we can learn about the Merc pad, do the debussing procedure, and have you guys go to the med tent. Understood.
I do have a quick question regarding the 30-second call.
Yeah, go for it.
If we're attached to you and we still need to treat the casualty and there was 2 medics on and we were sort of delegating and it's coming up to that 30-second call, would we still be okay to still interact with each other, or would you prefer us to be completely silent at that point?
No, you can still interact with each other, but if you can do it on the cargo net, then it stops interruption in the front.
Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Alright, so I've got no response from the tower. There was one previously. It looks like the tower is offline. So I'm basically doing at the moment, doing a high reconnaissance of the airfield just to make sure there's no incoming or outgoing traffic. So I've identified that the Merc pad is actually towards the it's more towards the east side of the airstrip, so just making an approach from the east side. Correction, sorry, west side.
trees. Question on the Merc drop.
Yeah, Roger.
Do I still keep the ramp level, or do I open it?
In case of into the Merc pad, this is at stages, you can open up the ramp.
Perfect. First what I'd ask. I'd assume I'd open it anyway if we're back at camp.
Yeah, Roger.
But I just thought I'd better just check, just in case.
Okay, I'm entering my base leg now, which is pretty much before final, coming into the runway. So stand by. Tricky one on final. $30 seconds. Alright, we're coming into it too fast there, so we're a bit too high, so we're going to go around quickly. Alright, gents, 30 seconds. I'm going to try and do with the pilots, what we're going to try and generally do with the Merc is try and get the ramp facing the tent, so debarking, disembarking is quite quick. Seen it.
Alright, watch the tent.
Just past the medical tent now.
Alright. Rear is clear. Goes down.
Debus.
Last man out. Oh, hello, our cozy tent.
That's it, mate. Back at home now. Pretty simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tier 1, you'll be carrying them over with the medics. Then it's going to do all their magic.
Anyway.
I ain't saying shit.
That quiet.
It's
Beautiful.
on the ground, that's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't explode.
No, it wasn't exploding. Good job with the correct airfield. He's checking.
Have a look, you know.
Alright, yeah, so The aircrew, where possible, will try and assist the medical team the best they can with ferrying patients over to the tent.
Would that be down to like the medic on board's decision? Obviously, he's got like 3 tier 2s, and you've got a couple of aircrew spare.
Yeah, so you say it to the crew chief.
And he'll relay out on.
Yeah. You just relay it to the crew chief. In that instance, it was McNabb. I need crew to help. McNabb and let the pilot know and get out. Usually in operations, we try and keep the birds spooled up so we can take some reinserts back in as quick as possible.
Understood.
Okay, that's the majority of the. So I'm just checking the phone. It's just nearly 8:30, so we're doing good for about an hour. Yeah, that's the majority of the situation. Any further questions?
I think that pretty much covered everything that we as medics would do on board of the Mert bird.
Lovely. So if you're assigned to a bird during an operation or a campaign, you are more than welcome, specifically for the Mert bird. So just to identify what the Mert bird is, we just go up to the back airframe quickly. It's a bit hard to see, but if you are assigned to a Mert bird, generally it would be B flight, which is denoted on the back of the airframe.
Roger, C.
So in that instance, what you can do, if you're going to be with us for several flights over several operations and patrols, you're more than welcome to put stuff into the inventory of the bird. So additional medical packs, that sort of stuff.
Am I right that you carry medical supplies constantly on this?
We do usually during operation. I don't think we've got any aboard at the moment.
I usually carry quite a few, so I've usually got 4 elastic, 4 quick sorry, 4 quick lock and 4 packing as well.
That's usually okay for yourself, but these guys need much more than that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I mean I got them in my backpack as well.
On the Scorpion, I saw plenty of medical stuff in the helicopters.
Yeah, so what we'll try and do is between us, between 3 med and number 18, is that we'll try and keep the bird stocked up with medical supplies. So rather than dumping loads, rather than dumping loads into into the cargo directly, we'll try and put them into Bergens.
Okay, so you can just swap them out that way.
Medical Bergens.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, are we allowed to resupply if we're ever on? Like, even if we're just getting ferried somewhere and we're low on something, are we allowed to resupply as long as we speak to the loadmaster first? Save us having to wait for an arsenal, or if we desperate need of more morphine or anything?
Yeah. So if you're with us, specifically if you need to resupply and you're with us, then that's okay.
But what if we're not and we're with our platoons, but we happen to be on?
Yeah, if the request's put, just put it either through. So if you're assigned to the platoon, you put the request through to signal us and then relay that onto us.
I mean more like if we just happen to come on the bird from our platoon with a casualty for us to get murdered out because there was no medic available for you guys.
Yeah, I got you.
Are we allowed to? Would we be allowed to resupply as long as we speak to Loadmaster first?
Yeah. Just check it's okay, or rather than asking to do it, just notifying somebody on the aircrew that you need to take it, just so that they can know to resupply it themselves. You know, get it, keep it up. That's absolutely fine.
Good.
Okay.
Fine by us, yeah.
Yeah, I'll see you afterwards, Howard. And you can just tell me what you got in your pack, and what I'll do is I'll make up a load of Bergens for you and put in there, ready for another time.
Yeah, it's like the one I got on me doesn't really do it justice because it's not too bad, I suppose. Like I could place it on the floor, you could have a quick look at it.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll make a list and get stuff packed up.
So, what we could do, I think we've pretty much grasped that concept. We're all okay with that. McNabb, you had something?
No, I think it's been covered.
Alrighty, I've got a maximum of about 20 minutes before I have to get off here. So what we could do, if you want to run through any of specific part of the training again, I'm more than happy to do it. Or we can just get some stuff prepped.
I'm pretty sound about Kavan. It's his sort of first time of being a medic on a bird. Or he's been with it with his infantry, with his section before he transferred over to us. But yeah, any questions, Kavan, or anything else?
I don't think so. I think I basically knew a lot of things from the infantry because I saw you guys doing that, and yeah. I think.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Howard. How many medics will actually be assigned to the bird at once? Will it be 1, 2?
As it stands now, I think someone's like to keep at least one with you guys on the bird, and then 2 for each platoon. Depends on numbers and so forth. Worst case is if there's not many medics on, the platoons will have priority.
Okay, so just as rule of thumb, if we make sure we've got like 2 medical birds fully stocked in the bird, at least you guys know out in the field that if you need supplies, you can just swap one out.
Yeah, definitely. If that's okay with you guys, yeah, that would be great.
Be a problem.
Looking at the 4.
Don't be greedy.
Does the weight affect the actual aircraft to fly?
The weight of cargo does, so personnel and cargo is in boxes loaded into cargo.
It's just nothing infantry affects it in the inventory.
Yeah, in the inventory, I don't think it does, no.
Okay.
So I reckon we utilise a little bit of time now. I think there's still an arsenal over there, isn't there?
I assume the infantry has one. I was going to run over in a bit and load up some stuff anyway.
I was imagine that they would have deleted that by now. 12 MI, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, what we could do is...
I'll tell you, I'll have a drive over and see.
Go and have a look, and then we could do for the last few minutes is go and get those medical backpacks prepped and put into the Chinook so they're there.
Yeah, that's cool. I could drop mine in there now.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I will give it from my 2.
What we do is we'll clean that up. We've got some JTAG stuff in there as well. We might leave one long range in there, but yeah, we'll get rid of that.
Oh, we wait on with 20 kilo. Nice. I'm
Yeah,
feeling so light.
Do backflips now.
Yeah, you can run around. You can at least do 100 meters without fainting on the floor.
Yeah, so like any point you think you guys are going to need, you know, you're not going to be doing medical duty, so you're not going to need your supplies. You can just dump your backpack into the bird. That's no problem during an operation. It makes it a bit easier for you to move.
I suppose it's nice for you to have it all into a backpack rather than just all spaced out separately like it normally is.
Yeah, we can take some like the main thing into our vests and like some
Alfred, this is
bandages
Blackbeard.
and
Yeah,
so on.
the arsenal is still there. Out.
Roger, we're going to be coming down. Wait for us there. Over.
Actually, one thing. I don't keep drugs in my backpack under for the reasons in case any private or infantry just comes up behind me and opens it up without me knowing.
Yeah.
So the backpack's actually got no drugs in it. Should we put some in?
Yeah.
Okay, roger that. Are you flying over?
Roger, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring us down to the logistics point down near the tower, and then we'll use a truck to ferry some stuff over to it. Over.
Roger that. Out.
Alrighty. If you want to take a quick, you can jump in the bird with us in a moment, and we go and get that ready. The main things we don't want.
So you are getting all the drugs into your backpack, Howard?
Yeah, put it in the backpack, mate, and then put the backpack back in.
Roger that.
There's drugs and everything there. So, sorry, how second?
Yeah, we're going to get you guys loaded up into the Chinook. We'll take it down to the supply loading point, which is just down there. So we'll fly down there and use a truck to put loads of backpacks full of kit in there and load it up. I was saying that backpacks with medical kit is fine. What we're trying to stay away from is just general clutter. So only the aircrew's weapons should be stowed in the inventory. And helmets and that sort of stuff, and only the aircrew stuff, and we try and refrain from putting the other random stuff in there.
Sorry, one more question. Just comes to my head. If a medic is going to be flying with you, would he be required to wear a different helmet, or your helmet, the pilot helmet? Sorry.
No, you just wear your own.
Cool, no worries.
Yeah, ours plug into the Intel system, and oddly, you guys can as well. So you just can keep, your helmets is fine.
No worries.
Okay, beautiful. All right, hop on in.
Roger.
This is Tricky One, taxiing to logistics supply point overactive. Blackbeard, this Alpha, over.
Alpha, this is Blackbeard, send message, over.
652 got the truck, the tow truck back at the apron, if you can bring it back to him, over.
Roger that, I'll bring it over now, out.
D-bus. Where's that?
Husband out.
McNabb, where you at?
Sender.
Have you got a truck?
Yeah, I have.
No, McNabb, a different truck.
What truck do you need?
We're just prepping the Mertberg with some medical supplies.
We get in some sort of roadblock. The car is coming.
Yeah, follow me. Let's go and get some supplies.
Yeah, nice.
Right. Where's McNabb?
He's Hangar 18, speaking to Stone and Hamilton, I believe. Or
Alright,
Alexander.
did 652 need the truck?
They just wanted a lift.
Okay. Alright, well, we'll use a truck to move some of the Bergens, so we'll use this one for now. If we can get McNabb and we'll get these boys in the back and we'll get some stuff from the arsenal.
Do you want this one put in the back? I'll let Halford check it, make sure it's all okay.
Was it a medical one?
It is indeed. It's just check because
let them check it.
Yeah. Should all be the same, but McNabb said maybe you'd want EPIs and morphine in there spare, so...
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
bang on, yeah.
this is
We
good.
don't use the other two drugs very often, to be fair. So yeah, that's spot on.
Alright, I'll throw that back in the truck. I thought you'd be happy. Okay, I take it.
Just going to get some medical Bergens loaded into the inventory. We're going to then take the bird back and park it, service it, and then JMO said if you guys want to fly with him, do some low level stuff in the Juno afterwards. We pretty much, after we've loaded the bird, we've pretty much concluded the medical drills.
Cool beans.
Alright, let's jump in there anyway. Yeah, that's right. Till he asks me something.
There you go.
But that bit, how big is your combine harvester?
I don't have a combine harvester.
You guys get the Bergens.
You know this.
No, you dairy farm.
No, Willow.
What?
You know, I'll send you a link.
Your what, farmer?
Willow.
Willow. I'll send you a link. Okay. Why then were you sending me the link? I'm going to pretend exactly I know what you're doing.
That's why I sent you the link. Medic. Ow.
Alright guys, if you guys can take your Bergens and your vests out of the inventory so we can maximise the loading. Just put medical ones in there.
I think my vest is in there. Let me go grab it.
Oh jeez, what have you got in here? This has got to be your Bergen.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
My Bergen out of this.
Yeah, you can have your Bergen.
So you don't carry blood or anything else like that, or plasma at all then?
No, because they technically need to be refrigerated. Yeah, we sort of don't really like to carry them. Saline does pretty much the same thing.
Alright. you go. You should have another one in there, and I'll take my one back.
We might be able to fit one more in there.
Roger that.
Try one or two more.
Oh, I can get there. One from me.
Are there 8 bananas in there again?
Oh boy, it's full now.
Alright, that does it. That'll do it. Grab the
Roger.
rest of your
Understood.
kit, get ready. Yeah, we're going that up. Alright, load up.
Everybody in? Nope.
Last
No,
one.
yeah.
Let's go. Clearly done. PCB rule. Don't really know, that's all I know about.
That's all everybody knows about that.
I don't know, there's something that says about riding dirty. Probably, I'm not sure.
As I said, that's the only words I know of that song.
The brakes on this thing aren't very good, are they?
It's American drum shit.
Alright, load them up.
I'll take my... Put in a... Oh, they're all done. I bet. Got quite a few in there.
I think that'll be more than enough. I think.
I think that would be enough for about 2 fucking operations.
Yeah, I think we will never use all of this till the end of the operation. Fuck's sake.
I mean, out of curiosity, is it worth having...
Can we take one out? There's a JTAC bag we need in there.
Yeah, if yeah, there's like you could probably. Or
We'll
should
put-
be enough.
We'll
Honestly.
put the others in the other bird.
The
Come,
empty
put the
JTAC one in
JTAC
here?
in.
Yeah, the empty one, is it? Or...
Should be just a radio one.
I think it's the one I got on, is it? What's happened there? Four, 6, 7. Have I just... So...
Hang on, I got it. I got it.
Wait, when? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh fuck! I forgot to put the fucking.
Glitched another one somehow.
Alright, just pick up. Don't do anything with the infantry of the bird now. We've done it. Pick
okay.
stuff off the ground. And we'll put the additional medical ones in the back. Mine's on the ground. My one.
So much stuff.
Alright, so we'll just need to run some of these back now because we're duplicating some of them. Just go and delete them in the arsenal.
Watch that. I will leave this one backpack of mine here. Just don't remove it.
Yeah, sure.
Oh fuck. So this one should be removed.
That might be mine somehow. That's somehow managed to go over there.
And this, yeah, that's yeah. No.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
Who picked up my backpack?
This might be yours then.
There's another one on the floor.
Is that one
over
yours?
here.
Is that one mine then?
Yeah, this is
Get out.
Just
there, Alfred. Put yours back on the
Good, right. Let's go and put the rest of this stuff in the other bird, the stuff we got still in the truck.
Okay, yeah, so we got 2.
I'll let you guys do that. I'm going to start taxiing this thing back to the hangar. It says I have another 4 medical backpacks in the other bird and 1 Jade pack. And then we're pretty much done. And obviously, unless you AC guys want to do some piloting with JMO.
Do you want us to come along, or are we okay to?
Yeah, okay. So go if you want. We can handle the rest.
Nice one. Cheers for tonight. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
cool.
cheers,
Any further
mate.
questions? Just come and see us, right?
Will do, man. Cool. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Thanks for tonight.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Let's go to the tents, mate, with DC over there.
Roger that. Oh, you can finally climb over the fucking obstacles.
Yeah, man.
Alfred, if you just swing it out from the hangar, I'll refuel it before I put it back.
Change it.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you just hear Thomas?
No, I've got no radio, so quickly I get so load up.
Is that you, Thomas, in front of us? In front of Arsenal?
Sure.
This might be a Thomas. Oh, it's not. It's not, they are not, they are from one platoon. I think it's
cool.
Naylor. Yeah.
Let's go to the free medical centre, mate.
Oh,
That's
shit.
good. Do you know how to say consistency?
Yeah, you mean if it's working there? Yeah, it's working. I spawned at the previous position I worked off.
Well, normally it's wherever you open your inventory now. So as long as you just press I quickly before you disconnect, it will be here. But all the stuff you've got on there. So cool one.
Epochs out, magazines out, and so on. Okay, see you.
Cool, catching you.